Good morning, dear class 9 students. Dear students, let us continue the same chapter, that is chapter 3, Jainism and Buddhism. And today we will start discussing about the new point, that is enlightenment. So, after leaving home in search of truth, Gautam wandered from place to place. So, as we have discussed in the previous video, that Gautam Buddha saw three incidents, and then that made him to think, and he wanted the answer of those four incidents. So to get the answer, he leaves his home in search of truth, and he wandered place to place in so many areas. For some time he studied under renowned teachers of Rajgira and then went to Gaya. He practiced severe penance and led a life of extreme austerity. Finally, at the age of 35, Gautam attained enlightenment. Enlightenment means he got the answer of those all four incidents at Bodh Gaya in Bihar. From then onwards, he began to be called the Buddha or the Enlightened One. So he got the knowledge of all four incidents at Bodh Gaya in Bihar, and from then onwards he is called Buddha or Enlightened One. Now, Dharma Chakra Parvatana, or the place where Gautam Buddha got enlightenment, a temple known as Mahabodhi Temple, was constructed later. The people tree is now referred to the Mahabodhi tree, which is still there in Bodh Gaya. Buddha was also called the Tathagat, the founder of truth. Tathagat, the founder of truth. After the enlightenment, he embarked on preaching his religion. So after getting enlightenment or knowledge, we can say he now started preaching and telling about his religion. He delivered his first sermon at Deer Park in Sarnath near Varanasi in the presence of 5 ascetics. So he first time gave a sermon at Deer Park in the presence of it called the 5 ascetic, means 5 renowned teachers, and that he gave it at Sarnath near Varanasi. This event is in the history of Buddhism is known as the Dharma Chakra Parvatana, or the turning of the wheel of sacred law. Now Buddha's fame spread far and wide. Buddha's name and fame spread far and wide. Now people started knowing him. For another 40 years, he traveled all over the country spreading his message. So almost 14 years he started moving so many places, and he started teaching and giving the message about his knowledge. He established a Buddha Sangha, Buddhist order at Magadha. He had a large number of followers, including the rulers of Magadha, Kaushala and Kosambi. So Gautam Buddha got large number of followers, including the rulers of different territories. His disciples were from all classes of society, and his followers and disciples were from every society. Gautam Buddha in his last year went to Kushinagar, which is near Gorakhpur district in Uttar Pradesh. He obtained Mahaparinirvana at the age of 80 in 483 BC at Kushinagar. His disciples took him sacred remains to 8 different places where huge mounds called stupas were erected. So after the death of Gautam Buddha, his relics, that means his body parts, were taken to different places and they were kept in the what is called the stupas. And today also these relics are there. His body parts are there, like teeth, and then hands, legs, hair, and so on. Now, teachings of Buddhism. Buddha followed a simple path and inspired people to lead a simple life. So, Gautam Buddha followed a very simple path and he attracted many people through his simple life. His teachings have been reconstructed from stories found mainly in the Sutta Pitaka. His messages to people was that the world is full of sufferings and a man could attain salvation by following his teachings contained in the Eightfold Path and Four Noble Truths. So his message to the people was that world is full of sorrows and sufferings. So man can attain or get salvation by following some of the Gautam Buddha's teachings or Eightfold Path, or we call the Four Noble Truths. So let us go through with the Four Noble Truths. What are those? The essence of Buddhism lies in the Four Noble Truths. They are: first one, the world is full of sorrow or suffering. So there is no happiness according to Gautam Buddha. The people are living in sorrowful life. Number two, the suffering has a cause, and these all sufferings are there, but behind these all sufferings there are many causes, many reasons. Number three, desire is the cause of suffering, and we have a lot of desires, having lot of things. So due to that desire, we people face lot of we call the suffering, or we struggle in our life. 4, if desire is stopped, suffering can also be stopped. So once we stop desiring or wanting anything, then we will have no any problem in our life. Now, Eightfold Paths. The way to nirvana in Buddhism, or the path that leads to removal of suffering, is known as the Eightfold Path or the Middle Path. It is a path midway between luxurious life and hard penance that includes. So Gautam Buddha has guided the people by providing Eightfold Path, and according to this Eightfold Path, Gautam Buddha told his followers to live their lives, and they should be truthful people in their livings. So we will discuss this topic in the next video. Now let us begin then discussing about the Eightfold Path. First, right action: to remain away from thief, luxuries and violence. So Gautam Buddha said, if you want to get salvation, or if you want to attain or achieve moksha, then first of all we have to do the right actions. That those right actions are: we should not steal, chori karna, we should keep away ourselves from the luxurious or comforts, and we should not go for any violence, we should not harm anyone. Number 2, right thought: to remain away from the empty rituals and worldly evils. So we should have the right thinking. we should not create any type of wrong thinking in our mind, and we should not go for any rituals, and also we should be always away from the worldly evils like uh, killing, abusing, and means creating lot of wrong things in our mind. That should not be there. We should not create any type of evil thinking in our mind. Number three, right belief, to give up a desire. So we should have a right belief, and we should give up, we should leave all the desires. Number four, right living, not to have dishonest dealings with others. So we should always live a honest life, not a dishonest life. We should not would call hurt anyone by our dishonest lifestyle. We should be always honest, imandar, in our dealings, in our talking, in our speaking, and so on. Number four or five, right speak. Speak the truth and do not think ill of others. So we should always speak truths, we should not lie, and we should not think wrong thing for others. Number six, right efforts, work for deliverance for the sins and for the welfare of the others. So we should always think for doing good works, and we should not uh, be involved in sinful life. We should not do any sin means paap karna, and we should always supportive to others, helping to others. Now we have right recollections, think about pious things. So pious means we should have the dharmic vichar. So we should have the uh, good ideas, we should have the good thoughts in our mind, and we should much be concentrating on the religious things. We should think about the religious matters, religious teachings. That is what the 7 point says. Number 8, right meditation, concentrate on only what is right. So when we do any prayer or when we sit for the meditation, we should only meditate and concentrate our mind for the right ones. We should not think at that time the wrong things while doing meditation. Now, attitude towards God. Buddha held that the whole universe was controlled by dharma or a universal law. He was silent about the existence of God. So Gautam Buddha neither spoke about God nor he said that God is not there. So he has no any we'd call the any viewpoint about the existence of God. He kept silent. Though he never formally denied it, but he did not deny that there is no God, but he did not speak about it. Like Mahavira, he emphasized on non-violence. So both Mahavira and Gautam Buddha, they emphasized not to go for any violence, not to harm anyone. Now, code of conduct. Buddha formulated a code of conduct of his followers or for his followers. This includes the following. First one, not to tell a lie. So he said to his followers not to speak lie. Number two, not to own property, and he said to his followers that we should not go for any property. We should not own any property. Number three, not to consume alcoholic drinks, and he said that no one should take any drinking. No one should take any type of liquors. Number four, not to commit violence, or he said not to make any type of violence, not to kill or harm anyone. Number 5, not to indulge in corrupt practices. And he said that not to indulge means they should not do any corruptions. They should not be involved in any corruptions. That's what he said to his followers. He forbade these all things, and he said to live a truthful life. Karma, like Hinduism, Buddhism believed in the theory of karma. Karma means the deeds, work. Buddhism said that man is the maker of his destiny and it believed in rebirth. So Gautam Buddha and his followers also they believed in rebirth. The evil deeds will be punished, and those people who have involved or done lot of evil deeds, wrong works, they will be given punishments. Therefore, mind should follow a middle path. It is karma which decides the type of mind's existence in the next life. It is called the wheel of existence. Now, streets on morality. Buddha insisted or pressurized on a life based on good action. His followers enjoyed to practice nonviolence and to lead an upright life, good life. Nirvana, the ultimate goal of life to attain nirvana or salvation. It is a peaceful state of mind which conquers all disease, makes the person free from the cycle of birth and death. So, nirvana means to attain salvation. So, for getting salvation, we should, or he told his followers to be doing good actions, thinking good things, and also, as we have discussed, that they should do rightful things, right living, right speech, and so on. Through these all deeds only, to these all things only, we can attain salvation or nirvana. Now, universal brotherhood. Lord Buddha preached universal brotherhood of mankind. He said to his followers that we all human beings are brothers and sisters. He wanted people to live in peace, setting aside all their differences. So he said that every person or every people of the world should live in a peaceful life, and he invited people of all classes and races to join Buddhism. So he welcomed all the group of people to join Buddhism and Buddhism. No faith in rituals and sacrifices. Buddha said that yajanas cannot change a man's destiny. Sacrifices and rituals are empty ceremonies. So he said that these all sacrifices and rituals are useless. The people cannot get peace or they cannot experience God by doing these all sacrifices. Only they need to do is that to pray and meditate properly, and then only they can experience God's we call they can attain peace and prosperity. Ahimsa, like Mahavira, Buddha attached importance to sanctity of life and followed the path of nonviolence. Thus, the importance given to conduct and values rather than claim of superiority based on birth, fellow feeling of compassion for the young and weak drew men and women to Buddhist teachings. So, this way, Gautam Buddha's teaching and his preaching and the eightfold path and so on had attract the people to accept his religion, because this religion talks about the simplicity and honesty and brotherhood. So dear students, today we will discuss about this up to this, and then in the next class we will go to organization. Thank you.